right, hey guys. So I've been wanting to do a makeup tutorial forever, and I just thought what better time to do one than during this quarantine when there's nothing else to do. All right, so I usually like to start with a like a base spray after I do my, that's good. And then I'll just kind of go in, this is how I start. So I usually will put a little bit of concealer on my eyelids. This is a foundation that I changed my mind to, I guess, and I'm not gonna do that because that's not what I normally would do, but I'm gonna just think about this for a second. I'm gonna grab the concealer and I'm gonna just go in on I'll start on my left eye, and I'm just gonna put a couple little dots just right on my eyelid, or sometimes I'll just put it anywhere up on my other eyelid, and I'll start there. And then I grab my brush and I will start to rub that in and just really kind of smooth it out on my eyelid. And perfect. So then I just like make sure it's really smooth. I try not to get too much into my eyebrow or my nose. That happens sometimes. So I just want to rub in all of the areas that you can see. So now I have my base. So I'm gonna next grab my eyeshadow brush and some eyeshadow. Or I like, this one's good. That's not my blush. Let me just kind of, perfect. Okay, so here's my eyeshadow. Let me show you. This is the ColourPop My Little Pony. Love it so much. Okay.
Love it so much.
So I just go in with a good base, and I always start with the lightest color in my eyes, and I'll go from this is a great color. Okay, so this is a really beautiful color. I'll just kind of go all over my eye, or both my eyes, and then I'll grab another color, and I like to go into my crease and give it some really like a light definition. Like I don't want to go in too dark and too dark on my eye, but sometimes, you know, you hit the wrong spots and you just gotta blend it in, but we'll go back to that. So I just am gonna keep going. We are gonna go for a darker color now, and we're gonna go in on the crease of both eyes. So I'm going to do both eyes, and I'm just gonna make sure it's really well blended. Sometimes you don't want to go too hard. You really want to give it some good placement on your eyes and just really get in the crease and blend it really well. We're gonna go for a darker color, and we're gonna do the outer part of the eye now. We're just gonna blend it on the eye, and we're gonna get more of that. And okay, sometimes it's abstract and it can be kind of weird, but so I'm just gonna take my towel now, and I'm gonna grab that, and I usually like to wipe out whatever is under my eye and that weird thing I did on that weird little bit I got on my nose that just happens sometimes. And we just like to make sure we really get that off. So next up, we are going to do the foundation. So we're gonna, I bounce around all the time. I don't finish the eyeshadow, or I mean the eyeliner, or the lashes. So I'll do the foundation now. So I like to use this Bare Minerals color. This is Pecan. It is a dark, this is a darker shade. I like to not use my hands, and I will use a brush. And let me just find that here. This is not what I normally use, but you know what, we're doing a tutorial, so I just want to make sure that we really just, you know, go rogue and just do some different things. So yeah, so we just want to make sure, just, I usually go a little faster and I kind of get it all around. I like to get under my eyes and make sure that it's a little more coverage there. I like to go all over, and now that I have that dark spot on my nose, I'll probably go over that just because it is not something I would normally do. And then I just kind of blend it, and I like to joke around with my brushes sometimes. So the only thing now I'm gonna go in with some blush, and after you apply your foundation, you definitely want to make sure and bring some color back in your skin. So just give it like a nice pretty, these are tough to open sometimes. Just give me a second. So I just open it, and this is the NARS blush palette I love so much. So we're just gonna grab a brush and we are just gonna get right to it. So I usually like to add some color back to my cheeks, pretty light typically, just right, yeah, just kind of like bring it in, and then I put a little on the tip of my nose and on the other side, just to make it very even. Sometimes I go for a really rosy cheek look. I think it's really festive and just brings a lot of color to your cheeks. So after that, I like to add a little highlighter. So I will add just the highlighter that's on this palette, and just above that area, and just usually the highlighter that I use is not this shade, it's a different one, and I don't typically do it on my eyes, but sometimes it's just how it works out. Sometimes I'll add lipstick now, sometimes I'll bounce back to the eyeliner, so I'll probably add a little eyeliner now, and that's it. On the left hand, that's my lipstick, so we're gonna, I can't decide, yikes. That's a lipstick, and that's not it. Gosh, there's so much stuff down here, it's just really hard to. So this is the eyeliner, and I just use Sephora waterproof gel liner, it's the best. So we're just gonna, the winged liner is like literally the hardest thing to do. Me and my girlfriend Taylor, we always joke and say, please eyeliner gods, just be with us.
Please, eyeliner gods, just be with us.
So I just usually start pretty close to the lash line, and I'm going for a winged look, so I just I sometimes draw on fake lashes on both sides just to really like make it seem like I've got, but you know, I also try to do a better job at like I said, it's hard to really get it good. I know this seems like, or smudge it. Sometimes I do the smudge look. So then, last, certainly not least, oh, well, there's a few things. So I've got my lipstick. I'm just gonna go in on that. So I definitely try to draw over my lips quite a bit and make them seem a little bit bigger than they are, just to
accentuate the
shape. And with that, I just start small, and I like to just go in, pretty evenly, pretty even. So this is overdrawn quite a bit, so some people would say it's a little dramatic, but Kylie Jenner would not. So but that's pretty good on the lipstick. Yikes. I would also like to contour. So I've got a palette for that. Typically I have a specific brush that's looks good, and I am just gonna go in really dark on the lower part of my cheek where I have not added blush yet, and I just like to draw a line and create a really beautiful cheekbone. I do the same thing on the other side and really like to match it up. Sometimes I'll suck it in. And then sometimes I'll go like under my chin, under my nose, and then under my jawline to just really, and then under my nose. And that's a lighter color that I normally wouldn't do, but hey, things are crazy. I also do some above my eyebrows and just really I like to get it in there. And then I go in with a lighter color. I go down the bridge of my nose, give it a light highlight. I take that light color again, I go on the top of the blush, I do a little above the highlighter. And then last, I have a mascara here that I love to use, and it is blue. I love using blue eyeliner, blue mascara, because it's just super fun. It's just different than black. It highlights the color of my eyes. Mascara for me is not usually the best, the safest thing, but I just like to be really careful and make sure that I don't get it on my cheek. Ow. Sometimes I poke myself and that's okay. Like, it adds character. So then after all of that, it's pretty much done. It looks really great. And then I just like to use a setting spray and let it all sit in. And then once that's done, then I'm done, and that's it. So if you have any questions, just look down below in the comments, or just send me a DM and I got you. All right, guys, thanks so much.